This time, I will show you the dormitory at night. If you have already watched this video, please skip to chapter 2 in the description box below. When Haruki Murakami entered Waseda University, he entered the Wakejuku dormitory. He wrote the following about that time. When I entered university in 1986, I was admitted to a student dormitory in Meguro. I lived there for 6 months, but in the fall of that year I was thrown out for bad behavior. The owner of the dormitory was a right-winger, and the dormitory director was a creepy old man from the Nakano School of the Army. Wakejuku is a men's dormitory in Meguro. It is not a dormitory of any particular university, but students from various universities can enter. Let's compare Wakejuku with the dormitories that appear in the work. First, let's look at the description of the dormitory. Located on a hill with open views in the middle of the city, the dormitory compound sat on a large quadrangle surrounded by a concrete wall. A huge, towering Zelkova tree stood just inside the front gate. This Wakejuku is located in Meguro, on a hill with a great view of the city. It is surrounded by a high concrete wall. After passing through the main gate, you see a huge tree, not a Zelkova, but a towering one. In the work, it says, behind the common building there was a field used for baseball and soccer, and 6 tennis courts. There is only 1 tennis court, but there is a ground for baseball and soccer. Let's take a look at the common building. It says, a common building, the first floor of which contained a dining hall and bath facility, the second consisting of an auditorium, meeting rooms, and even guest rooms. Except for the guest room, the rest is correct. There is also a similarity in the spirit in which the dormitory was founded. In the story, it says the proclaimed founding spirit of the dormitory was to strive to nurture human resources of service to the nation through the ultimate in educational fundamentals. As for Wakejuku, it says, the fundamental force that will bring order and happiness to human society is the people, who will become the core leaders of society. This dormitory was established to nurture people who possess both the rich intellect and moral qualities necessary to become excellent members of society. Haruki Murakami just summarized it, didn't he? The symbolic feature of the dormitory in the work is the flagpole. In the text, it is written as follows. The flagpole stood in the very center of the compound, where it was visible from every window of all 3 dormitories. This is the actual location of the flagpole at Wakejuku. It was too high for me to get a good shot of it in one photo. And Haruki Murakami was in the West Dormitory, where he can actually see this flagpole. He was in room 427 on the 4th floor of the West Dormitory, according to an article about Haruki Murakami in the Asahi newspaper. Incidentally, Haruki Murakami wrote the following about the stormtrooper, who was the roommate in the novel. I don't have a model for 99% of my novels, but I do have a roommate, who stutters a bit in Norwegian Wood. He was really my roommate. He was a very serious person. It seems that double rooms were abolished in 1985 at Wakejuku. The main character walks from the dormitory to the streetcar stop when he goes to Kobayashi bookstore, Midori's house, but the streetcar stop is actually less than 10 minutes walk from Wakejuku. Waseda University's Faculty of Letters, Arts, and Sciences, where Haruki Murakami attended, is located at this location. This time, I will introduce the dormitory at night. It asks about the flag, the lobby, and the water tank on the roof. First is the description of the flag at night. I did not know why the flag had to be taken down at night. The nation continued to exist after dark, and plenty of people worked the whole night through. Track construction crews and taxi drivers and bar hostesses and firemen and night watchmen. It seemed unfair to me that such people were denied the protection of the flag. Or maybe it didn't matter all that much and nobody really cared, aside from me. Not that I really cared, either. It was just something that happened to cross my mind. I actually took a picture of the national flag at night. As you can see, if you look closely, the national flag was still attached at night. It seems that people who work at night can now enjoy the protection of the state. The lobby of the dormitory appears in the scene after Naoko's birthday, when she disappears and Toru spends an empty night. The next scene in the work is that of the firefly. At the end of the mouth, Stormtrooper gave me a firefly. I found it in the quad, he said. Here? By the dorm. Sure. You know the hotel down the street? They release fireflies in their garden for summer guests. This one made it over here. In fact, Shinzanzo, which is located near Wakejuku, holds an event called Evening with Fireflies every year. Let's take a look at the map. This is Shinzanzo. The Evening with Fireflies was first held in 1954, and has been held almost every year since then. For this event, about 15,000 firefly larvae are being raised at the related facilities. They are also trying their best to attract inbound visitors, but it doesn't seem to be going well, because basically foreigners don't seem to have the habit of loving insects. There is a theory that only Japanese and Polynesians can listen to the sound of insects in autumn as something special. The main character places the fireflies on the water tank on the roof. The water tank was not located in the West Dormitory, where Haruki Murakami's room was located. So I took a picture of the water tank in the East Dormitory, where the main character's room is located in the story. Let's take a look at Shinzanzo and Wakejuku with an aerial video.